Hey, hello. Let me move the mic closer. Hey, hello. How's it going? Welcome to a weirder video than what I normally do. First off, hey, how's it going? You can actually see me here. The reason why you can see me today and why I look like a fucking nightmare is because usually when I do live streams, I do them at night. So if you ever watch one of my live streams and you see the face cam, the lighting is it's fine for night. I haven't quite figured it out for daytime. So my face is very lit up, I guess. And the rest of me, like, first of all, you can't even probably tell I have a beard here. That's all beard. It's all fricked up by the lighting. What are you gonna do? But yeah, I don't know. Hi, we're not playing video games. If you're not interested in talking about the new update that's coming out eventually for 20 minutes. Hey, it was great seeing you. I'll see you for the next one, maybe. If you want to, sit here and chill for a bit, talk and speculate about the next update coming out, that's what we're here for. That's what we're doing here. That's the goal. So let's not dilly daddle too much. Let's talk about the post that Mr. Flan. If you're not familiar, Flan is the solo developer behind 20 Minutes Till Dawn. I like the game a lot, so that's why we're doing this now. I'll just read it here. I assume most of you can read, but maybe not. Who knows, right? So, sorry for delay getting out of beta. Maybe I shouldn't have announced it so soon. Sweat smile emoji. What would that be? I don't know the names of the emojis. I'm sorry, but it's mostly a combination of me not me not being really happy with the patch and some stuff you had going on IRL. And now I've gotten really sick with a fever, so not sure when I can start working again, but probably will recover within a week, unless I'm literally dying. Lol, fingers crossed. Hopefully not actually dying. So I'm not really going to commit to a timeline for the beta other than soon TM, right? Thought I'd give you all some info on the patch for now. This is going to be the 1.0 full release patch and end of early access. Adding a weapon evolution system, which during the middle of the run, you're going to be able to pick between three weapon exclusive upgrades that add unique capabilities to your weapon, adding three new weapons, some other quality of life stuff like control rebinding, more complete UI, etc. And then lastly, adding some secrets in the game. Now, personally, and as this is in paint, I can do stuff here with this. Me personally, uh, evolution system. Oh, am I on the wrong? I'm on the right color here. Yeah, let's go. Everyone loves red. So, evolution system. This is big news. Obviously, three weapons is big news, right? And then secrets. Secrets. So that's what I want to talk about today. Is what I think these are gonna be. And it's maybe a little obvious. Maybe I'm just too big brain gamer. I would be willing to bet a lot of money that one of the things that's going to be added is a new boss. And the reason for that is, when are you going to add a weapon upgrade, right? Weapon upgrades to me sound a lot like either the devil deals or the character unique uh, perk unlocks, whatever you want to call them, upgrade unlocks, right? For example, like with Scarlet Pyromaniac, and then with the Tome or the Devil deals like Tome of Power, right? Those type things. And those are dropped from either bosses or mini bosses. So I can only imagine that this weapon evolution, there's one of two ways I can see it being implemented. Way one would be from a boss or mini boss, right? That's what makes the most sense to me. Number two, I can see it being synergies similar to how like perk synergies work, right? Where it's, oh, if you're using the shotgun and you end up with, maybe it would be like a synergy where it's like, oh, you're using the shotgun and you get kunoichi and death rounds, you can evolve the shotgun. Maybe that's how it's gonna work, but I don't think so. Personally, I wouldn't bet on that. The reason why I'm very confident in it being a boss drop is because there's a huge gap in time where there's no bosses, and I noticed it right away in the game. I think most people did as well. Between minutes 15, and this is from counting down, so within the first 5 minutes, so minute 15 to minute 840 ish, there are no bosses. There's a huge gap in time of just no events happening where you're just killing mobs, right? I think it just makes sense. So there's going to be a boss somewhere in between there to break up the monotony of that, right? It just makes sense to me. I think it's going to be how that ends up playing out, and it's a good way to implement that weapon upgrade system as well. It's just to put another boss somewhere in between those two times. somewhere between the 15, or I guess it'd be 14 minutes, because that's when you're like expected to kill the reindeer. So sometime between 14 and 8:40. My guess would probably be like, I don't know, maybe 11, maybe 11:30, somewhere around there. Should be when it shows up. Right? Now, let's do some speculating on what these weapon evolutions could be. I imagine, like, shotgun. It starts off as a double barrel. I could maybe see it becoming like a full auto shotgun, like an AA-12 style, shotgun. I could see maybe quadruple barrel. I can see maybe elephant gun, single slug, right? I can see that being the way it goes as far as how the shotgun is concerned. Pistol, and I guess I don't understand what evolution is a pretty generic term, so I'm just going to assume it's sort of like a weapon upgrade, right? And it'll change how the weapon plays a bit. I'm going to imagine that for pistol, probably dual wield pistols make sense, right? A pistol evolution would be dual wield revolvers. I could see LMGs, I can see SMGs becoming LMGs, things like that. I could also see for a revolver, I could see like a deagle, so like a huge damage increase, but then like maybe slower fire rate or something like that to compensate for it. Crossbow, pretty obvious candidate for like a sniper rifle upgrade, things like that. Grenade launcher, I don't know. That one's a pretty tricky one to figure out how to evolve it. And this, now that I think about it too, this is a really ambitious update too. Three branching evolutions for every single weapon in the game. That's a lot of changes, right? That's gonna be tricky to do. Maybe you can make it so that way crossbow shoots full power on a single click. You don't have to charge it anymore. That could be pretty cool. That would be like, I guess, like the sniper rifle version of the weapon, right? Magic ball, I don't even want to think about what that's gonna fucking do. Just psychotic, probably. And new weapons. Let's talk about new weapons too. I think it would make sense to put a melee weapon in the game. I think it's a little weird that there isn't one. So I could definitely see a melee weapon being added. Maybe all three will be melee. Maybe it'll be like, listen, again, a lot of Vampire Survivors inspiration in this game, obviously. They're calling the weapons evolutions. There's supposed to be some sort of, connective tissue there, so you kind of understand what this is supposed to entail. I think, like, if Flan did not want to invoke the concept of weapon evolutions from Vampire Survivors in this game, I think he would have used the word upgrade instead of evolution, right? That only makes sense to me, at least. I think it's going to be a similar system. I wouldn't be shocked if we got some melee weapons as well. Maybe, I don't know, whip, Castlevania, Vampire Survivors have inspired. Whips make sense. Maybe a sword, a claymore, any sort of bladed weapon, and then I don't know what the last one would be. I imagine there will not be a scythe, not be a spear, because there's already a summon scythe and a summon spear. I think it would be weird if you had both melee weapon spear and then you could summon spears as well. It would maybe look kind of cool, but I think that they want. I think for the sake of variety, you want different weapons in there. I think some of the new weapons are going to be melee weapons. That's my current theory about that. And I think the most interesting thing to speculate about here would be secrets, right? And I don't know, like, I mean, it's obviously vague on purpose, right? Again, going back to Vampire Survivors, I think the one thing that really distinguishes Vampire Survivors from the rest of the games in the genre that it created are the secrets. Not just the secret unlocks. Games can have secret unlocks, that's fine, but the depth that Vampire Survivors goes to have secrets. You can play the game fully and not know about the secret unlocks, and then you end up getting the yellow book or whatever it's called, and then you find out that there's the secret evolutions for the Laurel and the, what's the other one? Shit. The clock thingy, the Lancet or whatever, right? So you find out that there's like these secret upgrades for those items, and you need those items so you can kill the Grim Reaper boss, and then you fight all the, like, it's crazy. Vampire Survivors, the levels it goes to for its secret content is really cool. It's very engaging, and no other game in the genre has come close to even achieving that. And I'm not saying that this game will do that either. It would be cool if there were some secrets though, right? Maybe like, I don't know, you're playing the Bramble Patch and you run all the way to the right for a really, really long time and you find, I don't know, a new weapon. And that's how you unlock the whip, right? And then, et cetera, right? Would be cool. Besides all of this, though, hoping for some bug fixes too. I know it doesn't explicitly say it here. I'm gonna say bug fixes are in the etc. of the of this right here. I'm gonna say this is includes bug fixes. Would love uh would love feed the beast to work, and I would also, if it does work, probably want it to be nerfed. It's gonna be too strong. It's gonna be way too strong. Oh, that reminds me of another thing too. Batgun. Batgun, as far as evolutions, would love an evolution for Batgun that makes the bats themselves literally count as summons. Currently, they just count as bullets. Can you imagine a Batgun that all of the bat shots trigger pulsing summons? It would be just devastating. It would be too strong probably, but it would be very cool. Also, in etc. here, I gotta imagine there's gonna be some more difficulties. If they're adding all this new content to make your runs a lot stronger, I gotta also imagine the game's gonna get a little bit harder too, hopefully. If it stays the same difficulty, I'm gonna be pretty upset, because the game's already pretty easy for the most part. I would not want it to get, this much easier, basically, right? With all this stuff being added and no new difficulty being added. So I'm expecting some difficulties increases, maybe some new game modes too. I forget who it was now. I feel bad, and I think I talked about it in a previous video. But someone left a comment for me for a really good idea for a game mode where when you level up, your perks are given to you randomly, but you level up at like 5 times the rate or whatever. Something like that would be pretty cool. You can call it chaos mode, I don't know, whatever, but you're just leveling up way faster, but you don't have any control over what perks you're getting. That would be pretty cool. I don't know. I think that's all I have to say about this. It's not that much information, but I think it will be obviously good, hopefully, and I'm excited for it. Hopefully, again, fingers crossed. And keep in mind, they specifically says here, will recover within a week, not that the playtest will start in a week. Do not get this twisted here. It's probably going to be like a minimum week until Flan resumes work on the playtest, and then who knows how long it'll be after that. So don't hold your breath. I don't know what else to talk about. I think I'm going to end the video. Hey, I gotta go. Maybe check out a stream or something. I don't know, man. Have a good one. How do I end this damn thing? Get me out of here.